Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your July 2020 reading with me, Michelle, and this is Moonshadow Tarot. So I've pulled 3 theme cards for the month for you already. So we've got Birthing a New Age, and it says Birthing New Creations, Dreaming a New World into Being. Then we've got Snake with the energy of rebirth, release, and integration. And then we've got White, which is the energy of source, divinity, and enlightenment. So there's a very spiritual energy for you guys this month, Sagittarius. So let's dive right in and find out what this is about. Sagittarius, July 2020. Sagittarius, July 2020. Get 2 more cards, please. Sagittarius, July 2020. One more card, please. Okay, so the energy that we've got for you guys this month is very much the energy of shedding your skin, like a snake sheds their skin and sort of grows a new skin. It's almost like you're doing that as a person. So there's an energy perhaps of like you're completely transforming and letting go of behaviors and patterns that haven't served you, programming that hasn't served you. When I say programming, I mean like as we grow up in the world, we inherit certain messages from our parents, from teachers, from society, from our friends, workplaces, a whole range of people and scenarios and environments around us that teach us what the right way to behave is, what the right way to dress is, what the right way to do anything is, right? And it looks like you're completely transforming and undergoing a birthing process, just like this says, a birthing process where you're letting go of anything that's inauthentic to come into your own energy that's a lot more pure, that's a lot more balanced, that's a lot more harmonious, that's just a lot more who you really naturally are. And that's confirmed by this rebirth card here, which has a very similar energy to the snake card. It's a bit of an idea of letting go of the more animalistic or base impulses that you might have. So that can be like patterns of reacting to things, situations that you just do automatically, and it's like now you have control over that. Like now you can consciously and very thoughtfully observe your thinking and your behavior from a more objective standpoint, and so you're able to get some distance and create some space mentally before just reacting out of fear or out of anger like you used to. And so now you're able to very consciously choose what you want to say to someone in reaction to something, how you want to behave in reaction to something. So you've gained a lot of strength. You've got a lot of power and self-mastery over yourself. And yeah, it's funny actually, because when I was pulling these first 3 cards off camera before we started, like your cards were taking a really long time to come out. Like I was shuffling and shuffling and shuffling and shuffling before the cards came out that wanted to come out. And I had a sense as I was pulling those cards of like, wow, like Sagittarius energy at the moment, it's very thoughtful. It's very slow and patient and considered, but in like a really healthy way. Like it's like, we're not going to be rash. We're not going to just hastily display the cards. It's like there's going to be real careful thought and selection behind what comes out for you. And that's very much represented by this card here. There's a lot of spiritual energy here for you this month, but there's a lot of swords energy. So swords in the tarot is the suit that's about, it's about intelligence, it's about communication, it's about decision making, it's about thought, and it's compared to all the other suits, it can be kind of a detached energy. You know, it can come off as cold. It's not a warm, fluffy, emotional suit, or a excitable fire sign suit, or just even a really grounded, practical suit. Which has quite a nice energy to it. Like this can come off as kind of aloof and detached, but in this instance, it's really serving you. It's the kind of detachment that allows for you to step back from situations and like observe them from a whole new angle, and then very deliberately select the right way to respond to that. I mean, I hate using labels like right, but what I mean by that is you're able to respond to things in a much more conscious way, and because of that, like, you're going to get better results. I do feel like this is a process that you started quite some time ago with the patience card. I feel like this is something that you've been working on, something that you've been practicing for quite some time now. It's funny, yesterday I bought a new deck. I'll see if I can show it to you because it's just coming to mind right now. It's the Daily Healing deck. I actually might pull one of these for you at the end, just because it's coming into my awareness now. Anyway, I bought it, and I did my little wee ritual that I do with the cards when I get a new deck, and then I pulled some energies. And a lot of the cards in this deck, they've got a very Buddhist kind of energy to them. A lot of the cards that come out have this Buddhist meditation feel. It reminds me of Buddhism or Zen, or even Vipassana type messages. So some of you might be going down that kind of path. You might be doing a lot of meditation at the moment, a lot of yoga. You might be investigating things like Vipassana or Zen or anything of that nature, because that's very much, even if you're not deliberately investigating or practicing those things, that's very much kind of the energy of your reading at the moment. And like I say, I do feel like this is something that you've been working on for quite some time, possibly the last 7 months or so. But you are coming into a much more patient energy just in general. Like, you're able to be a lot more tolerant of yourself, of other people, because of these new skills that you've cultivated. So we'll get a few more cards from here just to sort of see more specifically what this might be about, or how you might have got into this or come down this pathway. We'll just see what else wants to come out. I do feel like this is a very clear message, just in and of itself, but okay. What else wants to come out for Sagittarius for July 2020? And we'll get one more. Whoa, okay. I'm just laughing because as I've been talking about how there's a lot of swords energy on the table, and that's not sort of like the more soft, loving kind of just emotionally expressive energy. Now we've got flood of like cups and wands energy on the table, which is like that passion and that enthusiasm and that more loving, sweet, tender energy. So I almost feel like some of you might have been watching this and being like, but I'm not detached, like I'm not cold. And this is just confirmation. Like, no, you're not cold. All I was meaning before is you're not letting your emotions lead you. You know how like emotions aren't good or bad, they just are, you know, and there's really healthy aspects to emotions. And it can be really helpful to let your emotions lead you in certain situations, and in other times that's not the best idea. So it just means that you've got a lot more mastery now. Like, you can let your emotions and your intuition lead you when that's really going to serve you. But when, like, that would get you into trouble, do you know what I mean? Because you might be like really angry and you might just react out of that in a way that's not going to be beneficial for whatever you're trying to build or create. It's almost like now you have the mastery to like hold your tongue in those moments and to sit with your anger for a bit longer until you can express it in a better way, for example. So anyway, you're not cold, people. I'm not saying that, not at all. So there's a lot of beautiful cups, loving energy on the table. So, we've got the Seven of Cups energy here, which is a very dreamy kind of energy. But it's also a real energy of discernment, which is what you're developing. So it's like you can be very emotional and you can have all these dreams for the future and you can get caught up in beautiful feelings about things, but now you're also able to step back and be like, was I looking at things through rose-colored glasses? Like, was I actually seeing things accurately, or was I maybe just projecting like what I wanted to see onto the situation, you know? So you're sort of just, yeah, you're just, you've still got your beautiful, loving heart, but now you're able to also evaluate it a lot more clearly. So we've got the King of Cups here, who is someone that feels things incredibly deeply, but maybe doesn't always communicate them. So this is just sort of saying, like, yeah, you do feel things very deeply, but you're being a little bit more reserved in communication. You're just sort of stepping back before you choose to say something. So you're sort of moving away from this really hasty, very rash energy, and you are coming into more of an energy of balance and patience, which is a very Sagittarius energy. Sagittarians, when you guys are showing up in your more empowered selves, you guys teach a lot of the other zodiac signs how to be balanced, how to be patient, how to be adaptable, how to like go with the natural ebb and flow of life, and control yourself and control your own emotions. And so you're definitely stepping into that like higher, wiser part of yourself at the moment. For some of you, I feel like you may be in it may be in a committed relationship with someone that these lessons are playing out. We do have the Two of Cups here, and we also do have the Two of Wands. So I do think this energy is, if it's not a committed romantic relationship, I do think that you're really, it's in friendships with other people, it's in communication with other people, it's in like romantic relationships or relationships with your family or relationships with your friends or workplace dynamics with co-workers, that you're really able to see at the moment how much you've grown and how much more control and discipline you have over yourself, and how much more patient you're able to be with other people when they like let you down, or perhaps they're not showing up as their best self in a particular situation. I think this is when you're really seeing the work that you've put in, and you're seeing the benefits that it's bringing you. Whatever you've been doing, whatever spiritual practice you've been doing, or just more attention that you've been putting into your thoughts, into your actions, into your reactions, you're really seeing the benefit of it, I think, in relationship to other people. Situations that maybe once upon a time would have triggered you, would have led to you saying something that you might have regretted, or doing something out of haste or anger or frustration. I'm really seeing that now, or at the moment, you're really reacting in a better way, a way that serves you better. Like, it's not like any particular reaction is wrong. I really don't like those kind of labels of bad and good and right and wrong, but it really is, there's certain things that you can do that are going to lead to a more positive outcome for you, and then there's certain things that aren't, and that's just how it is, and it's a process of growth and learning. So anyway, I'm just going to close with one of these daily healing cards for you. What's the final message here for Sagittarius this month? It's basically giving you a lot more calmness. Like, you might not feel as excitable and energetic within yourself. You might feel a bit more zenned out, a little bit more subdued in your emotions, but it's a very calm energy. It's a very nice energy. So this is the front side of the card. They're really pretty cards. And this is the message. So it says, be aware that your thoughts and feelings are just as impactful as your actions. That's just really confirming. That's just really what we've been talking about. So it's like you're choosing better feeling thoughts and feelings, and as a result, that's leading to better feeling actions. You're having this awareness of what goes on internally within you and the work that you do on your mind and on your heart and on healing thought patterns and healing old resentment and healing unforgiveness and stuff from the past. You're really realizing that as you do that, automatically your actions transform. So you're really being guided by that inner process and that inner work that you've been doing. So job well done, Sagittarius. Honestly, I think a lot of other people could be learning from you right now. You've obviously put in the work and you're starting to see the results of it. So well done. I think this is just a really big pat on the back reading from Spirit. They're really wanting to acknowledge all the good work that you've done. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. You guys should feel extremely proud of yourself. And yeah, so I'm wishing you a very, very, very happy month. Have fun and take care. Bye.